Hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Jimmy Dukes. Here we are for another episode of the Who Is series, where we sit down and talk to different content creators and talk about their personal journey in this streaming and content world of ours. Today, we have a gentleman named by the BlackPhoenix843. This guy, I randomly came across because of another streamer. Shout out to my boy, Reef. There was a content creation meetup happening in Atlanta in late July, and he let me know about March, April time. And I was hesitant to go, but I ended up making the plans to go. And he said, reach out to Black Phoenix about the hotel things. Reach out to this gentleman. He responded, gave me the code for the hotel, no problem. And I asked him, hey, by the way, did you want to be interested in sitting down and having a conversation? He obliged. We tried to do it in person, but we didn't get to, but here we are now. So without further more, welcome to our episode, Mr. Black Phoenix. What up, man?
What's good, bro?
What's up, brother? I appreciate you taking the time, man, and sitting down with me and getting to know you a little bit more, man. Just to be honest, for people listening and watching, like, I don't know you personally, but I've gotten to know you, and I'm starting to get your vibe, man, and it's definitely you're a very personal guy and very fun guy to watch, for sure, man.
Oh yeah, I keep it 100% honest on my stream and stuff like that. So pretty much for me, when you see me on stream, that's literally what you'll get 100% in person.
Nice. And that's cool because one thing about this world is, like, it sounds cheesy, but people say it all the time. Be yourself, be yourself. Yeah. But, some people have personas, some people, act different ways on streaming. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I got to see you before meeting you in person, and yeah, you were pretty much the same damn person, which is, great, because, a lot of people, when you meet them in person, they might be more shy, or they might be more loud, or just more reserved. So it's cool, man. You were definitely the person that I saw on your streams, man, for sure, bro.
Or like, or an asshole or something. I don't know.
Right? Or an asshole in person, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So I got a couple questions for you, man. Let's get into it, man. Pretty much, like, who is BlackPhoenix843 and how'd you get this name?
So for me, BlackPhoenix843, literally, this is like back in the day, when I got my Xbox 360. When I got my Xbox 360, that's when, online gamer tags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was, before I even got it, though, I was like racking my brain, like, what the hell is going to be my gamer tag?
Right. It's like, this is what I'm going to be known for.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew I wanted something different. Because back in the day, like, my stuff, like, whatever I create my character on whatever game was always like Sea-Dog. Even my email right now is still Sea-Dog. And but I can't change it. So, I just keep it the same way. So it is what it is. But for my gamer tag, I was like, I don't know why it came across me, but I always wanted to do Phoenix, only because of, like, the message that it represents, growing, coming from the ashes,
rising,
becoming something better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dope, man.
And doing that. So I wanted that, but then I don't know why, but I feel like when you get a gamer tag, I feel like you always got to put a color or something like that.
Right.
So I had to put a color, and then I was like, fuck, I need a number because that's what everybody else has.
Yeah.
Some type of number.
There's a red Phoenix. There's a black Phoenix already. I need to add a number.
Yeah. And then, so the number thing, first it was like 88 because that's when I was born, 1988. But then I forgot how it just turned up into I think something happened to where, like, I was like Black Phoenix 88, but then somehow I couldn't get that again. So it just turned into 843 because that's my area code.
Hey, and that's what's up. So where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in Bluffton, South Carolina.
All right,
a lot of people don't know exactly where that is. For the people listening or watching, it's if you know where Hilton Head is in South Carolina, it's literally the town right next to there. If you don't even know where Hilton Head is, it's very close to Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
I believe a lot of people know where Savannah, Georgia is.
Cool.
We're like 30 minutes away from Savannah.
Okay. All right, cool, man.
Right in the backyard for us.
Okay, so you're from that area. We talked about your name. So what's a quick background about yourself? Somebody who just doesn't know you, how you're brought up playing games. Was games part of your childhood and whatnot?
Yeah, because and I was thinking about this too, and I was like, so when I think when I first got introduced to video games, I forgot how old I was, but I had a regular Nintendo, just playing Super Nintendo, and just playing that. And then I remember later on after that, my family, we got like a Sega, and I was playing Sonic, Street of Rage,
hell yeah,
like all that stuff on the Sega. And then I think after that, I got later on got to, did I get a PS? I don't even think I got a PS1. Somehow just ended up having a PS2, and I played the hell out of that PS2.
Nice. What were some of the games that you were playing in PS2? What was that stands out?
PS2 that stands out mostly NBA Streets Volume 1, 2, 3.
Nice, hell yeah.
But mostly Volume 2 because that's the
hell yeah.
one.
That 3v3.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
That playing even playing the regular NBA Live, but it's NBA Live 2003. That's the one I played the most.
Yeah.
On there. I remember playing a lot of Madden 04.
Nice.
A lot because during that time, Michael Vick was on the cover.
Oh man, I hate it. That's the one I broke. I broke my controller on that game, dog. The rollout, then the long throw. You couldn't stop it. It was such BS. I broke my controller. I was like, I'm never playing Madden again.
But even though before then, like I liked Michael Vick, and then when I found out he was on the cover, I was like, "Oh my god!" And that's the only reason why I even like the Atlanta Falcons is because of
Vic.
Michael Vick.
Dope, man.
Yeah, and I'm still a Falcons fan.
Hell
even
yeah.
Though, some stuff.
Hey,
but
man, all good. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, that Vic cover. I remember that's when I started playing online on my regular Xbox, and I was decent. But there was this. I never played football, so I don't know like the covers and shit. Like,
okay.
So people would find holes, but a lot of the time, people would just roll out with Vic and run out of bounds, or roll out and wait for their wide receiver to be open and just Hail Mary, and I would just be like, "Oh, fuck this game,"
or just wait for everybody to spread out and just sprint with Michael Vick because he was so fast.
Exactly, man. Exactly, dude. It's horse shit, but yeah, man, that's dope. So, what's it?
I was gonna say two more games.
What other games? Yeah.
Definitely on PS2, a lot of wrestling games because I'm a big fan of wrestling.
Nice.
But like all the SmackDowns 1 and 2.
Hell yeah.
Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth.
Hell yeah.
Here Comes the Pain.
Nice.
All those ones. I was all
good or bad. You played them.
Huh?
Good or bad. You played them all.
Oh yeah, well, good or bad. Yeah, for sure. And then the one I did play a lot was SmackDown versus Raw 2006. They have a GM mode on there where you get to be the GM and have do all the matches and all that other cool stuff with that. So I love that. And then on my stream, me and my boy Zach, Goatee Gaming, we done a GM versus GM mode because you can do that. And we done that on stream, and some of those episodes are on my YouTube and stuff like that.
Nice.
Too. But we need to continue that soon.
Yeah.
And the last game for the PS2 for sure is Def Jam Fight for New York.
Nice. Which I saw. Which I saw out there when we were at the meetup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had that playing.
What that one was I was just really good at the game like back in the day when it first came out and stuff like that. So I just have a natural talent, and then from there haven't really played it that much, but I'm still good.
Yeah.
I haven't played it that much, but in like there's a tournament, big major tournament in fighting games called CEO. It's in Orlando, but now technically it's in Daytona. But back in 2016, they have like, their major tournaments. A lot of people sign up for it. And then in the back, they have like these like arcade stuff, whatever, bring your own consoles. And then they had a small Def Jam Fight for New York tournament. And I'm like, oh man, I believe I can beat everybody in this. I'm like, I love Def Jam and I'm good at it. Let's play it. So then that's what happened. I played everybody. It was like a good like 28 people there. that signed up, and I beat everybody, and I was a champion for that. And then since then, like there's been some other people. I feel like since then the community I wouldn't say there's a big community, but there's a good community for Def Jam now. Since then, and then like we have grown, that community has grown. So if anybody here watches CEO, we have like top 8 there, and we be on like major streams and stuff like that, just going at it in the community there. They got the skill level is top tier. Like I can't even win.
Not anymore.
It's so good.
Yeah. That's badass too. So that was one of the games that they, you were playing back then, but it's still, people still play it now. That's kind of cool, man.
Still play it, bro.
That's so crazy.
There's new people who never even played it. Even like, I guess, younger people or people who are older but never played it. They've seen our stream, seen us play.
And then they go back and look for it.
They go to the Discord and they learn how to like download the emulators.
Yeah.
Because that's how you can that's how you play now, because back then there wasn't online.
Yeah.
So you have to get a program called Parsec to play online on your PC and stuff like that. And it's very cool, and that's how people get to learn and get better at their craft with other people across the world.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And that still brings up, so you're talking about like going to this big thing and playing and doing well. So how did it lead to you being a content creator and streaming? Before we started recording, you were talking about a YouTube thing. So like, what led you to creating content and feel like, hey, I want to try this or do this?
Definitely back then. I want to say, when the heck did I first start? Well, when I made my YouTube channel, it was just there just to be there. Because I had videos that I just uploaded just to keep, just in case something happens or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I can always go back to it. But back then when I had my YouTube, it wasn't just like video games and stuff like that. It was more of back in the day when I was in high school, I took TV production, which is like the AVA club or whatever. Yeah. And then so we when you go there, your first class, you learn how to do like movies, sitcoms,
nice,
all these other stuff. Like when you get into like TV production, like 3 or something, like you go into like more hardcore stuff, cinematography and all that other cool stuff and whatnot. So we made skits, we made movies, we made all these little projects and stuff like that. So all of that from school, I put it on my YouTube. And if anybody else goes to my YouTube, they can go all the way. They have to go all the way to scroll to the bottom to see all those stuff.
Nice.
But I also sometimes played on stream just for funs. But from there, going to that class helped me out with like filming and editing and like learning how to white balance and microphone checks and like all that stuff, because that's what I wanted to do technically before I even wanted to be a streamer. Back then I wanted to just do something with film, like either director, editor, cameraman, something, and it could be in any industry. I was down to do something, but it didn't go the way I wanted to and stuff like that, but that's what I wanted to do. But then I don't know if I did it before or after, but I know I've kind of watched streams and stuff like that. But there was this one streamer and one streamer only that made me like literally want to stream and be that. I wanted to be him. And it's my boy Etika. Etika, rest in peace. He's not with us anymore. But oh my God, his streams were so freaking good and funny, entertaining.
Nice.
He streamed on YouTube, and when he's not streaming, he had like other videos and it's like funny and stuff like that, like cool content. Like he was literally 100% himself.
Nice.
And his style is a little bit of my style when I stream. In a small different way. Like
like because you saw like it mine, and you tweak it to your own. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you were inspired by what he was doing.
Exactly.
And you kind of like, I like what he's doing, and I feel like I could do this, but I could make it my own way. I think that's a good thing, because a lot of people, you hear those quotes. It's like, find somebody that does something really good that you like, and then study them, and then make it your own. Like, it's like the blueprint is there. It's not like you're copying somebody, as long as like you're not doing exactly what they're doing and you're making your own. That's how everybody learns from each other.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? That's how everybody
exactly.
learns from each other. Not, especially in the whole social media world, everybody's pretty much doing the same kind of things, but how are you making it different to be you and get people to get interested in how you did it or why you did it and when did it and so on. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So you started, so you started streaming because of him. And then when did you start like, I want to take this serious? Like,
so when I was watching him and stuff like that, just like a lot of people, even now these days, back then I didn't have the money to get like this big rig setup of PCs and monitors and stuff like that. So all I had, like what a lot of people have now, is just consoles, and what these consoles can do now is stream strictly to like Twitch or back then it was like Xbox had Mixer back then too.
Yep, that's how I started the Mixer.
Yeah. And and that's how it was. So then I would just stream on Twitch, but it wasn't like it wasn't consistent though.
Yeah.
But the thing of what I did was I pretty much stream, but then I took that streams and just put it on YouTube's.
Nice.
And then so I play like different games and I put it on my YouTube. People come through, whatever like that, just doing this and that. Some of them get good reviews, some of them don't. But I was just happy just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't like, I didn't have a set schedule like how I do now, but it was just, I wanted to be consistent of like keep doing it.
Yeah.
And just post it on my YouTube and stuff like that. And then once 2020 hit, the pandemic and whatever like that, I was I don't know, the grace of God. It's sad because it's the pandemic and everything that happened, but all because of that, everything just lined up. Like,
that's so crazy.
I was getting my tax money. I was getting money from the unemployment thing from them. And then I was getting like my last couple of checks from my work because I was working at a restaurant at that time, and all the restaurants,
we're pretty much closing down.
Shut down. So all of that just started to hit, and I'm like, I have enough money to go ahead and get this PC and stuff like that. Let's do this. So
nice.
So I bought the PC, and for people who are looking to get into streaming, like you really don't need like $2,000 or whatever like that, or you don't need that much money to get started, because I literally got my PC from Amazon. Actually, no, Best Buy. I always forget that. I got it from Best Buy, and they had a sale. So technically, I paid only like I think $600 or $700. It was pre-built. Yeah. And then I had a different microphone stand, a different microphone altogether. Like I got it from Amazon. That was like $30 for a microphone plus an arm for it, a boom mic for that. And then I just got a regular cam. Already had a monitor, and I bought another one. And then like all of that cost me pretty much about like $900 to close to $1,000 or something like that. And then so I started off with that, and then started to grow on. I wanted to, before I even got to streaming, I wanted to stream on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, like do the whole thing, do the multiple platforms.
The multitask. Yeah. But then you started realizing like, oh, I need this, I need that.
But like, I was like, let me just start off with one. And then after going with one, I was like, I don't even know if I can do all this, because there's like, different chats and stuff like that. And everybody's in different places. I'm like, I'm glad I just stayed with one. And the person, or technically people who, because, some people who don't have friends or like that or whatever, or not in the streaming part of it, they'll probably be like, oh, let me just go to Twitch or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What made me come to Facebook Gaming is because of Try and Black Lion Gamers. They were already on Facebook Gaming. Back then, Try was Trifinite before his page got hacked and stuff. He was making a killing on there. Black Lion Gamers, I seen him grow super fast within like 2 years, like starting off, then coming up with like now probably like 65K followers, like, and then seeing him like, because he used to work at a liquor store and stuff like that, and grew from there, became manager and all this other stuff. And on the side, he was streaming, and then they got to the point where like he was making a whole bunch of other money, and then getting partnered and stuff like that, and he pretty much left there to become full time to like stream. And I'm like, I want that.
That's dope. I want that. Isn't that cool seeing people that you look up to and they're doing it, and they start like, doing it
personally?
You know, it's cool because a lot of people get inspired because without you even realizing, you know, and I'm sure you've had this happen in your streams with people like, hey man, you know, because of you I did this, because of you I laughed, because of you I'm having a better day.
Yeah.
Without you even realizing that wasn't your goal, you know what I mean? But it's cool because that, you know, you're looking up to him and him just doing his thing, and he inspired you to do what you're thinking. Because I could relate to the whole pandemic thing, because I was traveling as an IT guy, and then unfortunately COVID hit. You know, I was at home working from home, and then I had a lot more time on my hands. So unfortunately at the time I got laid off. So I got laid off. I was at home. So I was like, what the hell am I going to do with my extra time? You know, so I started making little reviews and unboxings on YouTube, and I would just post clips how you were talking about. So I was like, no shit. It's kind of cool that without realizing and getting to know you, our paths were kind of similar in the sense of like,
yeah, it is weird too.
Dude, if you look at my old YouTube channel, if you guys want to look it up, man, I have shit of me doing stop animation of like stupid things, running on a treadmill on a skateboard with my bleach hair. Like, it's like I was making content, you know, without realizing. And it's crazy because I could relate to how you're talking about the whole TV production thing like that. In high school, I was a computer guy, and we would make rap beats, and I would use Fruity Loops to make beats.
Fruity Loops.
and I would use Acid for us to record our verses.
Acid,
bro. So it's so cool. And then like everything led up to me. And then, you know, I had an interest in IT, and I went to school, had a great job. And all that stuff has led me to here, you know, and it's so crazy. So that we can relate to that, because with anything computer wise, sound check, microphone, all that, I was figuring it out because I had just the IT in the niche of technology. So that's so cool, because you saying all that in my head, I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. We have like pretty much like a similar story.
The same,
That's badass.
And it's so, and I'm grateful for going and doing TV production too, because it literally showed me how to edit and stuff like that. And whatnot. So that's what I can do. Like, I do it now because, you know, the recent content I'm making, I can literally grab a stream or something,
and chop it up,
just throw it together, chop it up, put it together, and call it a day. Especially like when I do my reels and stuff like that. That's just me editing stuff. Very one reel for me, I can get it done quickly.
Yeah. Well, to say you get like, you know, the concept, you know what software to use and how to go about it. Because people ask me like, damn, Jimmy, you got a reel every day. I'm like, bro, I sit down and I make reels for the whole month, and I just schedule them. You know what I mean? It just like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, 1 less hour of streaming or 2, and work off your off-stream content. It's not that hard. It's just time management. You just don't want to do it. You know, there's a difference. It's like, you can't do it. It's that you don't want to do it.
I tell that to everybody. Like, usually, because right now I'm full time, so if I'm not streaming, I'm still working. Like, hashtag Mr. No Days Off. Like, even though you think I'm not streaming, I'm just here doing this or whatever. No, I'm still I'm still working on behind the scenes.
A constant like that's one thing my wife always like. She it drives her nuts because I'm always thinking about shit. She's like, you're always like. I was like, I know. It's a habit of mine. Like, I'm the type of person that if I get into something, I get into it. So like, I'm looking at reels, I'm looking at people's streams, I'm learning from bigger streamers, I'm getting to know people, I'm networking. So I'm like constantly like doing something unless I'm sleeping.
That's all right.
Unless
there,
I'm sleeping,
always working.
Yeah, unless I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? So I could totally relate to that. So what is the biggest challenge that you've had with streaming, and like, how did you overcome it? Like, other than financially, like, you know.
I seen that question and I was like, I like this question and I hate this question.
So this should be a good answer, in other words.
Not really. Only I was like, I like it because it reminds me like going to like an interview for a job or something, and that question is always on the application.
Yes.
Like, name me one
Right.
time
In this situation, what the hell would you have done? Right? Like,
you
well,
have done, or
you want the
let me
you
know.
want the corporate answer or my answer?
Yeah, like what have you done and what could you have made better and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I was like, I like that because that reminds me. And then I was like, I hate this because that what it reminds me of. But to be, and then I hate it because even then going to like any normal job or whatever, doing an application, I still don't know what to put. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I was like, fuck it, I'll just put something random as hell.
Right, and say
Just
that
so
I did good. This is what I would have
make
done.
up a whole complete
Yeah.
story.
This is what happened, and I went in there and I took care of business and shit. Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yep, that's what happened.
Right.
But with this though, I still cannot think of anything like, and I probably what's gonna happen
You think about it after.
after we get done with this.
Yeah, like,
I'll be
oh, that
doing
was my
something-
biggest challenge, and that's how I overcame it.
Yeah. I mean, biggest challenge. I feel like I have not ran into that. I guess if
if you're getting burnt out, or like the numbers aren't looking good, or your consistency, your scheduling, like
See, with that-
something small that kind of like, all right, this is what I got to do to keep growing, or like to give you kind of an idea, maybe to think of like, damn, I was having trouble with this, but after I did this, I figured out and kept moving forward.
Yeah, but see, even with that though, like I'm not even burnt. I've never felt burnt out or never got upset about the views and stuff like that. Especially with the views. Oh my god. Every time I see that, it doesn't faze me at all.
That's good.
Like it motivates me because anything I do, I want to do 10 times better.
Yeah.
So if I see something like if something's going down, or even if I'm started from the ground, I'm just going to make it 10 times better.
Yeah.
If you see my stream from like way back in the day on Facebook Gaming, if I have anything saved probably on my page, if you go from how it looked from there for how it looks now,
Yeah.
10 times better.
Yeah, of course. So you've gradually always, like, in other words, like you've always gradually evolved and changed with the times, and to keep getting better at your craft, which is good.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people will run into like roadblocks, like, oh, nobody's showing up, or I'm not getting no more views, and like they just like I've seen
kind of just
they plateau. Like I've been doing it for 2.5 years, and I have people start with me that no longer do it or still doing it, and they're still at where they're at because they don't realize, or they don't evolve, or they don't change, or they don't care, which is fine. But how you saying about the views, it's like if you're bitching about the views and you're not doing anything, it's you.
Yeah.
It's not the people. It's you. What are
gotta
you gonna do about it? And I think a lot of people have a hard time looking at themselves when it comes to that, because this is an unforgiving world of social media and streaming. So one day you're on a high, the next day nobody gives a shit about you. and
Exactly.
and you got to be okay with that. And a lot of people always seem like, oh, I made $1,000 this month. Next month I'm gonna make $1,000. Oh, I made $300. Oh shit.
Yep.
And I was doing the same thing. Like, what the hell? Like, I was doing everything the same thing. Or, well, the same thing ain't working anymore this month. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And speaking of like getting like money or getting paid out or whatever like that, because you're right, because like 1 month you probably didn't hit your goal or whatever for money, and the next month you probably did, and you're like, oh well, I did the same thing. I don't know what happened. But if say the next month it goes down again, like that still doesn't stop me. That just motivates me. And
That's
plus, I feel like with donations, it definitely has to come with the months and stuff like that.
Of course. I mean, your other people are donating their hard work money to donate toward you and your channel and what you got going on as a content creator, and supporting you like in that way. So yeah, that's gonna come and go. You know what I mean? Like, I had somebody give this the analogy to shout out to my boy Cam. He was like, man, Jim, you're like a restaurant, man. Like, people say how great you are, but they only go one time. Think about it. Think about that. BlackPhoenix843 stream is so fucking dope, but I only went one time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you like? Yeah. It's like, well, shit. Like, I'm dope, but nobody cared. After that one time, that was it. But yeah, man. So speaking about that, so how do you keep the motivation going? You already talked about it, like seeing like this not working or, certain thing. How do you keep that motivation in and out? Since you're a full-time guy, like you wake up every morning, how do you keep that motivation going for yourself?
Pretty much literally one day at a time. Usually for me, to keep my streams exciting and stuff like that, I try to have at least one big event once a month. So that keeps like the hype going around something. It gets people like very interested in whatever you're doing. And if I only do it once a month and not like weekly or something like that, I won't get burned out for sure. Because if I did it weekly, I feel like I would get burned out.
Yeah,
hardcore.
I think a lot of people do that sometimes. They find something that's working and then they try to do it over and over again. And just like, I'm just like, no, like if you give, and this is just me, this is the business aspect of my mind. You don't want to give everybody everything all at once. You want to get them excited to want to come around and, and I think that's what keeps the interest level for our communities and people to always want to come back, because if it's the same shit over and over again, they're kind of like, you know what I mean? Well, he's going to do it again. Here's another scare game 7 times in a row this week. The scare alerts aren't the fucking same, right? Oh shit,
Exactly. So like,
yeah.
So what going on with the once a month event kind of thing? A lot of my stuff on my stream, small little details I get from like wrestling and stuff like that. So coming from the one event a month is like wrestling pay-per-views.
Hell yeah.
Like usually do it once a month. So
nice.
And coming towards that event, they always built it up to make you get fucking hype about it. And then when you get to that event, and once you get to that event, you got all these people
You're
there.
so smart, God. I'm gonna take that shit from you. That analogy and that just thought process is so fucking simple.
Oh, I got a lot.
But it makes sense.
I got a lot.
Oh man, we're not gonna let everybody hear all our conversation. But anyways,
I got a lot.
No, but like, that's dope, man. That's fucking badass. It makes so much sense, and that's cool that it was something that you liked and interested, and you grabbed that as a to input it into what you're doing. Genius. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Looking at the events though, like I have my whiteboard and I like kind of like plan everything out for the events thing. Like looking at it now, back in May we had a Mario Kart Invitational tournament.
Nice.
Got it. After that we had the Fortnite tournament in June. July we had the Great Birthday Weekend stream number 3. That is my birthday's in July, and on that weekend. It's like the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's just 3 major games that we'll play as community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Celebrate my birthday. But not only celebrate my birthday, we're celebrating everybody's birthday. Even if your birthday is not on July.
Yeah.
I got like tons of like gift card giveaways.
Badass,
and all this other stuff just to give out to all you guys. So we all having fun.
That's cool, man.
And then like this month right now we got the Fall Guys community tournament.
Nice. Oh, I saw that, and I have to try to see if I can get some guys. So I'll look online on Fiverr to find some cheaters. I mean, so you got the motivational going, you got all these things different going on in your life. So explain, are you in a relationship? You have kids? Like, how do you balance that kind of stuff? Since you're always like work kind of thing.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend and I have 3 kids. And unfortunately with the kids, they all have like different mothers and stuff like that. But they all live with them. With the kids, like just my oldest is 15. He's about to be 16 in July. He's in high school. He's on varsity football.
Yeah.
He loves sports. I pretty much see him when he can see me, pretty much. I have to schedule to see him technically because he's busy with that school. I believe, he's working more now. He only used to work like once a week, but now he's working more now. So pretty much whenever I can, go to his games and just like hang out with him.
Yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately, I don't get to see my daughter. Long story short, her mother doesn't like me and
Yeah, well, you don't have to go into you don't have to go into that kind of stuff.
No, like I say, I tell everybody, a lot of my people already know this. Like on my stream, I keep everything 100% real,
okay,
so you guys can feel me.
Yeah.
And because people also have to deal with situations like this, and we just keep it real. Like, oh, this guy is really human.
Yeah, because and that's kind of cool that because to a certain extent we let people know what's going on, and you honestly were like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. Without going too much into detail, this is my situation, and I'm comfortable talking about it. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't, and which is fine too. And that's kind of cool because it goes back to what you were saying. Hey, the person that you see on stream, the person you see in person, is the same person, kind of thing. So I commend you for that because a lot of people don't understand all the different things that we got going on in our lives in order to do this, and chase, pursue what we got going on. We got a lot of things that we got to take care of too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's cool that you say, hey man, it's not how I would like it, but this is how I make the best of it, kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's
and she's the what is it? She is 13, about to be 14, and I believe is this year? No, next year she'll be in high school. So I haven't got to see her yet, but sooner or later that's going to be all changed, coming soon in life. And my youngest, he is 7, about to be 8. In a month.
Nice.
Yeah. And then so I get to see him a lot though now. Before it wasn't baby mama issue. Drama. But well, good thing about this year is that finally I had enough money to get a lawyer. We went to court. We did this. So, and I wasn't trying to get her to like custody and shit like that. Just wanted visitations to see my son. So now I got it to where I'll get him every other weekend. Pick him up from school on Friday. Take him to school on Monday.
That's cool, man.
So get the whole weekend. He loves fucking Fortnite.
Hell yeah!
So I had to have them all set up with Fortnite.
Hell yeah!
And then on the summertime is like kind of different. I get even more time because it's not just the weekend. It's like every other week. And stuff like that.
Cool, man. So how does your girlfriend? Does she support what you got going on, or like does she understand this constant working on? Shit.
Yeah. She understood that before we even like dated because I was doing this before her. Was that? Yeah.
And that's important
kind
because,
of. Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand, especially in relationships. Like, and I had a thing with my wife for a little bit before she understood how important it was to me to keep doing this and the consistency. I had to show her it was important for her to understand. And then you get the support. Because sometimes I have a lot of people off stream, man, my fucking girlfriend, my wife hates this. I'm always playing games. I'm always doing this. I was like, well, you got to show them how important it is to you. But at the same time, you can't just be doing the same thing over and over again, because if you're requiring to be locked up in your room 8 hours a day, let's say, for example, and you're not making money or you're not growing or not, just like, well, you're just playing games then, she doesn't, that's why she's upset because you're just playing games. You're not really trying to grow or pursue anything. So there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference. If you're pursuing this as a content creator, streamer, whatever it is, then show them how important it is. But if you just want to play games, and that's fucking different. You're on your own. You're on your fucking own. You want to play Warzone? You want to play Warzone 8 hours a day every day? Get the dubs or whatever. Then you go ahead. You know what I mean? So you explain that to your girlfriend. She
understands. Like whenever I was at the at my last job, and like pretty much bullshit was happening with them. I was done, and she kept saying like, just leave, whatever, like that. We'll take care of it, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't like it, you're stressing out. And so she wanted me to like leave like
That's
ASAP,
cool.
but I was like, nah, I can't.
You gotta make, a lot of other things other things going on before you can kind of just say, fuck this job.
Yeah, exactly. So I needed to just do that, but she was holding me down and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Finally, the time came, and then now we're still good and everything like that, and she understands this and that.
That's great, man.
It's just, and then also like we kind of work on different schedules. Like she worked super early in the fucking morning, and at that time I'm still fucking asleep. But and then when I get up, I do my behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And then get on stream and watch it while I'm streaming. She's already asleep.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you guys,
in a way, it kind of works.
Your guys'
We
schedule
meet in the
works.
middle.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
So you're pursuing this. Everything's lining up for you to continue growing and pursue this as a career. Like, is being partner a goal in your mind? Is that like even like do you care about it, or are you striving to get that title?
To be honest, like when I first started off streaming, that was never, and it still isn't. It is never like the main goal is for partner or anything like that, for like say partner for Twitch or Facebook Gaming
Yeah, exactly.
or even YouTube
Partner.
or
It doesn't matter what platform. Yeah.
Because like I was not even thinking about that. I was more thinking like I just want a big audience and everybody just come and chill and hang out.
Nice.
Pretty much like when I was watching Etika when he was streaming and stuff like that. Just everybody showed love to him. Donations and stuff like that. It doesn't even look like he was worried about like making partner for anything like that. He just wants to hang out, have fun with you guys. I feel like him and some other people, I'd rather be like, I want to be like sponsored by some people, which I'm somewhat am.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to be sponsored, like they pay me, and then I want to be like, I want them to be like, send me somewhere and travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like I want to get bigger in streaming, but then I also want to explore out and like do this and do that.
Yeah.
Do some like say something that like E3 or something like that.
Yeah,
I like to like just get flown out,
like a host, or
there.
to cover, cover. Like, dude, I'm the same way because I feel like, and I'm still getting to know you. Your personality is great because a lot of people, aren't comfortable in front of the camera, holding a conversation. Keeping the jokes going, keeping the stories going. And a lot of people have a hard time, and I think that that's cool because that's something that I would like to do too. I want to get as much as I appreciate my the donations and stars like that and my subscribers, man. It's amazing because it's helped me get all this stuff. But
same here. Me too.
I want to get to the point to where I don't need the community to help me with that, with financially kind of stuff, which is great.
Exactly.
I want the company. I want Facebook to be sending me money. I want YouTube to send me money. I want Spotify to send me money. Just based on the plays and the views, you know what I mean? That's cool because like for me,
sponsorship.
Yeah, sponsorship because like partner would be great, but it's not. I'm not saying no to it, but it's not a goal for me either. Yeah. So that's kind of cool that you're like, hey, if it happens, great, but I'm not. It happens, because a lot of people are like, I can't wait to be partner. My goal is to be partner by the end, which is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's your goal and that's your lane, I respect it because when it comes to this content creation world, everybody has a different goal, a different strive, motivation to get to where they want to get, fast or slow. So I don't hate on anybody, but it's cool, refreshing that, you're kind of like the same like me. Like, hey, man, if that happens and it makes sense, great. But if not, my goal is not to be a partner. You know what I mean? I still want to make I still want to make a living doing this. You know what I mean? But I don't have to be a partner to do so.
My small goals are like take a small step at a time. Like another small, like a monthly goal for me is try to get like at least 50 or more followers within that month. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes we kill it a lot. Like we either hit goal right at the month is end, or like even now, like we hit goal like within a week or so within the month, and we're still getting followers. So we like kill it and then murder it, I guess. And then so it's like small goals like that. But we also have like in the stream, we also have like a big main goal. Like I guess our big main goal for this time period was to hit 2K, which we're getting very close to hitting 2K followers, and then try to get the supporter button.
Yeah.
And luckily everybody
I was the same way
on Facebook.
I was like, bro, my consistency, my numbers were decent, but there was no way I was going to get that. So when they unlocked it, I was like, hey, Facebook, I was already kind of doing my own Patreon thing, but they unlocked that. Yeah, I was already doing that for like 6 months.
Smart.
Yeah, I was doing Patreon. So the people that wanted to support me, I already had that. I didn't depend on Facebook, and that's what, you got to evolve. What are you going to do? If you can't depend on somebody else to get you something, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? So
do it yourself.
Yeah, man. So when they unlocked it, I was like, fuck yeah, thank you very much. It's easier for me to track now. One less platform to worry about. Let's keep moving forward kind of thing.
Going with that though, So like it was crazy when that happened because like right before then, I think the last month's event before that was supporter week, and that's when I was like pushing to get supporter button.
Yeah.
Because we literally like the week before then I was so close. I had like 90 something followers, returning viewers, and you know on Facebook you need 250.
Yeah.
So I was like getting close to at least breaking through 100.
Yeah.
I was like, if I go hard on this week, I think we can get it. So I had two streams a day that whole week. There was like no streams, like no days off on the stream. So there were, in total it was like 14 streams. And we were doing giveaways, we're doing this, we're doing that. And we broke over 100, but we didn't get to the 250, and it was still okay. Yeah. I was like,
isn't
guys,
it
we
crazy?
tried.
Isn't it crazy? I was the same way. Like, damn, I busted my ass. We barely hit 120. God damn.
Yeah. And then when it happened, oh my God, when it happened though, it was like first, one of my friends, Duran, caught up in gaming, close friend. He said he got his, check my stuff. And I'm like, I'm checking. I don't see it.
Yeah, me too. I was like, what's happening?
My close friend tried.
I didn't get it.
I seen him made a post saying he got sub somehow. I'm like, oh hell no.
Oh,
I'm
man,
like,
that's hilarious. I'm the same way, dog. Unfortunate one. He had got it the week before, like with the 250. He's like, hey, they have it. And I'm like, I don't see it. He's like, no, bro. Everybody else has it. You got to. We got to fucking rally for this. This is bullshit. I was like, I don't know. Am I the only one that doesn't have it either?
It's the same way, bro. I was playing Among Us with a whole bunch of other content creators when all this shit was going down. I'm like, fuck this game, man. Where the hell is my button at? Where the hell is my button at?
Give me that shit.
I'm looking.
Give me that
and then
shit.
I finally found it because it wasn't in my notifications. It was like
in the creator studio
in the dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere in the dashboard on the monetized thing or whatever. And then I found it. I'm like, so I just, signed up for that. And then, so I got it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I also didn't feel as good getting it because I kind of wanted it because I literally just went hard that whole week trying to get it, and then like a couple of weeks later now I just get it because it's kind of like Facebook's like, here you go, guys.
No, but it made sense. So I know what you mean. Like I know what you mean because I heard both sides of it because I heard a lot of people were salty that they grinded and they got it, and then other people they just got it. Which I totally get. I totally get. And I respect the people that got it. The older way, but it made sense for Facebook to do it because they were losing people because of that.
Oh, hell yeah.
It just it's so easy to get it on Twitch. You know what I mean? But it's a lot harder on Facebook for the people that don't understand that. But if you didn't know, they opened it up and then they closed it back up.
Yep.
Which is good because all the people that already had like a decent amount of streams and numbers and they can't just hit that goal. They were just like, here, let's give it up to these guys in this short period of time. And then anybody who tries to come in and try to make a new account, you can't get that button unless you get this XYZ.
Start working. Yeah.
Which it makes sense, because the platform is young and they're learning too. So I'm glad they gave that to, to us, like me and yourself. Like, hey, man, we're trying to pursue this. And just that little feature makes it that much easier just to keep moving forward. So I get it, man.
And two things about that too. The first thing is that I wish they lower it to like at least maybe 100 returning viewers.
Yeah, because
like
250,
hard.
A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, well, you have 2K followers, Jimmy. I'm like, bro, but I have so many people that come and go, or they came for a certain period of time and they don't come back. Getting that returning 250 is really hard. So the people that got it, I respect the hell out of it, and I'm not talking shit about what I mean, but I got that shit and I'm going to take advantage of it, so I get it.
Exactly.
I'm like, hey, my bad. I got it this way, but I was already kind of doing something anyway. So thank you very much, Facebook. We got the badge. Let's keep going forward and shit,
Yeah. I mean, and then I just wish that they just lower it to like at least 100 or even 75, something.
Yeah. More reasonable.
More reasonable.
Yeah. Because you still want to make it harder. Doable. Yeah. Because like Twitch is easy to get it. I mean, if you constantly grind it, you can get it. But on Facebook, I think if it shows, in my opinion, if they were to like, all right, if you do this at least 3 months at a consistent basis and you have maybe maybe 75 to 100 people returning. If you're doing it for 3 months consistently, why not?
Yeah, that I like that also too.
That makes sense. Yeah,
if you can't hit that 250, do that then.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you have 200 hours streaming on our platform, putting out content constantly. Like
you got some people in there.
You got people in there. It's not like you're just making a bullshit account and which I get. People just make things and not come and go. So yeah, you're not gonna get a supporter badge if you're just streaming once a week and not really putting shit up. So there's a difference.
And the second thing is, I just wish they picked, or I wish they gave it to everybody at that time period, because I got like a couple of friends who stream and stuff like that, and they were still consistently streaming, but they didn't get it, and I don't understand it. But then there's like people who really seem like they didn't do anything. They got it.
I know it's
and
weird.
Then people
it's weird
left. Yeah, people who left to go on Twitch because they were feeling some type of way. They haven't been streaming at all, and then all of a sudden
they come back and it's there.
They come back, they got a button like, oh, everybody's getting buttons. Let me go check. Oh, I got a button. I'm staying.
Yeah,
here.
I don't know.
They were smart on Facebook.
I don't know what the criteria was or whatever, but yeah, man, I know what you mean, dude. That's crazy. What's it called? So we talking about like the partner thing not really being a thing, and if it happens, and everything leading up to this. One thing that I like asking people too now is like, does being respected or taken serious by your peers a thing to you? Because a lot of people are like, I don't give a fuck what everybody cares about me, or some people do to a certain extent. Like, so you're pretty, you've networked enough. You were part of this big meetup thing that I had no idea about. So so like being respected, does that feel good, or do you care about that kind of thing at all from your peers?
That's like a 50-50 for me. Also, I guess I can also tie in the meetup too, since we talk about the meetup in this question
go for it.
too.
Yeah.
So 50-50 on me, like I'm honest, like I don't really care what other people think of me, guys. I guess like, I mean, I am what I am, and like if you don't like me, you don't like me. If you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I can really say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like I'm like a brand, a product, or something like that. I mean, like if you like, I don't know, Cheerios, but don't like the other cereal, something like that, it's fine. Like, you like what you like. Yeah. But so I don't really care. It is what it is. But I also do care about some people, like my friends and stuff like that. Really, close
of course,
friends
the people
like
that, the peers that you respect. Obviously, the person that comes in there
for sure.
and says, Black Phoenix sucks, fuck this guy. Well, I can care less what you think about me.
Yeah. Even if it's like, yeah, because I was gonna say all my peers, definitely. I mean, it would hurt to like find out like somebody that
that you respected,
like you. Yeah,
and just like, oh, he's trash, kind of thing. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Ugh. I know I'm trash, but you didn't have to tell me that.
and I would expect that from like other streamers that I don't really know that much.
Yeah.
But if it was, somebody close that I know for a long time, I mean, if they said that, I was like, throw me off guard. But
no, that's
cool. Sure. Yeah. And then you was talking about the meetup. So like, and then you said you have no idea about the meetup. So it's weird because like there was supposed to be this Black Line Gamers meetup situation thing back in like I think 2019 or 2020. I mean 2019 or 2020. But of course 2020 happened. Yeah, COVID. They couldn't do it, so everything was getting pushed back or whatever like that. And then it turned into like more than just Black Line Gamers. It turned into like more of like
an open
big hangout, open kind of thing. And then that was fun because what happened that first year, we had set places that we're going to go and hang out and do this and do that. And it was from like back then it was from Friday to Sunday, and it was like technically if you look at it, it was like only 2 days. And we met in Atlanta. It was cool because we had a house of like streamers. We had the streamer house. Black Line Gamers, Big Sean was there, Just Us Gamers, Try, Surplus ENT, some more people too. I can't think of it, but No Sense was there too. I forgot about that. That was last minute. Mm-hmm. But we had this big Airbnb house, and it was cool.
That's dope.
And then we had some other content creators, of course, there. But everybody was spread out too.
Mm-hmm.
But we all had a great freaking time. It is back then we planned on hanging out in the freaking park there in Atlanta, but we thought about this stuff back when it was February.
Mm-hmm.
When it came down to it in July, we didn't think about the heat in Atlanta.
Yeah, bro. When I was out there, holy shit. I mean, I'm up from El Paso and it's like dry heat.
Yeah.
But that humidity shit,
God.
bro. Oh my God. And then the rain, I was like, what the fuck is raining again? What the hell?
Yeah. Because like when I first went over to I went to Phoenix, Arizona for the first time last year. I was like, oh, so this is how it's supposed to feel. Like,
right. Just dry,
because it was
burning your skin hot and that's it. Like no humidity.
Yeah. Like I can breathe through this heat though. It feels good.
Yeah.
Like, but when you come here,
that muggy
humidity.
Yeah, that
muggy and choking you. You can't breathe. That heat hurting hard. Like we were supposed to go to the park and we didn't factor that in. So then last minute, Kelly Kell got this one place at this one like small hookah bar thing, but it was still trash. I'm sorry, but it was still trash, but it worked.
It worked out. That's dope,
Yeah.
man.
So then after that, I told Trav, Black Line Gamers, let me take care of this.
Nice.
Let me handle this because
I was
done
gonna
this.
ask you, like, how did it lead to you? Because I didn't know that when I reached out to you, you're like, oh yeah, I'm one of the guys that's setting everything up and kind of getting everything aligned. I was like, oh shit, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you took it upon it yourself, like, hey, you know what? I could help out. Let me do this kind of thing, right?
So for like for the last I don't even know. 2012. Sorry, I have like in my room. I got all these posters in here, so I have to check.
Nice.
So since 2012, that's when I started my first like FGC tournament, fighting game tournament, in my area, dealing with Hilton Garden Inn, the hotel peoples, and getting the ballroom and stuff like that. So I've done this before, talking to hotels and doing this and stuff like that.
Organizing.
So I've been doing that for like, and doing it for 10 years. So when I told Trav been to these tournaments before because we all live in the same area. So when I told Trav, let me handle this, let me get everything good to go. We got the hotel at the Marriott, even though that was crazy because that was my first time trying to book a ballroom that I'm not there in the city for it. Like here, I can go talk to the people face to face, look at it.
Yeah,
see if
email and phone is a little different.
Oh my God, yes. Mm-hmm. And then some of the places I was calling, they was either booked or they couldn't do it that day, or it was way too expensive.
Yeah.
Or just didn't have enough room for it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God for Trav. He put up the money for getting this hotel room. I mean this ballroom
to block it off.
Yeah, to block it off. And then so with the ticket sales, literally it was just everybody
just paying
supporting
back.
pretty much paying back and doing all that stuff.
That's
like
badass,
that.
man.
Like
Shout out to him.
we didn't make any money off of it.
Yeah, it was just you're providing the area for everybody just to kind of meet up. It's not a product, it's not a profitable event. It's just an opportunity for people to hang out. And that's dope. I commend that because I'm glad I went. Before we got on, I was like, man, I was like skeptical about going. Bro, I just had such a good time. I met so many different people that play different games and that positive energy from people.
And you probably went to go do other things,
bro,
in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, dude. I was like, wow, this was my first trip as a content creator or whatever. And I just look forward to the next one because I feel like, okay, I gotta do this ahead of time. I gotta do that. Because like I wanted to record podcasts, but I didn't think about all the different scheduling and where everybody was at. So, but I was able to record some, but at the same time, like I learned how to pack my shit, how to set everything up. So it gave me a dry run of how this could potentially be if I were to do these events, throughout the year to go to different places. So I'm glad I went and I met
conventions.
Yeah, I met I met some bigger streamers and asked some questions and their journeys and stuff like that. So it was really good for me to grow as far as like just I was absorbing what everybody was saying, good or bad. I would just listen to people's stories and how they go about things, and I was like, damn, that's cool. I did this, all right. Well, don't do that, all right. We'll look forward to this, work on clips, work on YouTube, get on TikTok. Like, that's cool because being face to face and hearing people say that kind of stuff, it kind of motivates you and you're like all rubbing each other off like, fuck yeah, you do good. Hell yeah, I see it. Hell yeah, fuck yeah, I see you now. It's dope. And I look forward to next year because you already blocked out the time for next year, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We like literally the week after the meetup, I'm like, all right, yeah, let me go. Cause since I know the people there now.
Yeah.
I know who I need to talk to.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and lock this down for next year. So we can start to get it everybody because that's
dude,
the
I
thing
can only
with-
imagine how much better it's gonna be this next year. Cause I mean, this
10
was my
times
first
better,
year.
like I say.
You know what I mean? And I thought you guys did a really good job for what it was, and I didn't know nothing about it. I had a great time. It was organized. Everybody was there. No, there was no ill will. Nobody was talking shit. Different types of walks of people's life, types of streamers were just there together for one thing and just to hang out and get to know each other. I thought it was badass.
I feel like the best part about the meetup, me personally, is I feel like the behind the scenes stuff or something that's not technically on camera is just like hanging out with your friends or something like that, like in the hotel room.
It's the camaraderie.
You guys going to go get food somewhere.
It's a camaraderie.
Having a card ride.
Mm-hmm. The camaraderie you start building in relationship. You start building with people.
That bond,
you know,
because
it's fuck yeah. Because I met Reef out there. I've known Reef for almost a year. I rated him randomly, and we kept in touch. Unfortunate one lives in Georgia. I was like, man, I want to meet these guys, and meeting them in person. They were exactly who I thought they were, and we were just like, fuck yeah, this is badass. You know what I mean? I felt like a damn kid. It was awesome.
And a lot of people I didn't know either. Like, a lot of people I only knew because of getting, towards the meetup, like contacting, like you.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know who you were until you hit me up, and then now I fucking know you.
Yeah, dude, it's cool. Yeah,
and then Reef, I never knew Reef too.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are kind of like in the same area, right?
Say that again.
You guys are kind of like in the same geographical area up there, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, I forgot what. Yeah, I think I can't remember. I think Reef lives in Florida. Does he live?
No,
in Florida?
he's in South Carolina or North Carolina. One of those two.
Probably it got to be North Carolina.
It's one of those Carolinas.
Yeah, probably North.
Because he drove 4 hours to get there. He told me.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So then we all live there. It's just everybody's kind of.
It's cool, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys putting that. That meetup, regardless how big or small it was, it gave an opportunity to everybody to show up and hang out and get to know each other, because I think that's one good thing about this thing. If you surround yourself with the right type of people, everybody's pulling for each other, regardless of what you're doing and what you're trying to do and your goal in this. I think if you surround yourself with the right type of people, it's good. I think it's like, I say this, it's like the music business. Not everybody has to do music together. But hey, man, you see so-and-so, that fool's dope, man. I hung out with him. Go check him out. Hey, or like comedians, when they travel as a pack and do tours. Hey, man, I got to know this guy, man. This guy is great, man. They might not do stand-up together or tour together, but they see each other, and it's like nothing's never changed. You know what I mean? They built that bond and the camaraderie over time and getting to know each other, supporting each other from afar, man. That's like the coolest thing that I got out of that weekend, because everybody there was truly there to have a good time, get to know each other, and just spread some of that positive energy. Yeah, man, it was dope, man.
Another thing, I didn't know who the unfortunate one was, and I didn't know who was a Seek and Destroy.
Seek and Destroy. Yeah, he's cool too, man.
I didn't even know these people, and then meeting them there, I'm like, oh my god,
badass.
And I'm like, they are dope.
Hell yeah, it's cool, man. Because I know we all don't play the same games, but everybody's cool people.
Exactly. I think because we all do the same thing, so we can all relate to that. And we're on Facebook Gaming, and we all know how it is, and how it is, the grind is, so we can all relate some type of way. Yeah,
fuck yeah, man. Well, what's it called? So, like, we talked about all these little different things, man. What are some like tips and advices you'd recommend for people that want to get into this? Like, without going too much into detail, like, what are some bullet points? Like, do this, don't do that, if you want to get into this world.
My number one tip for anybody who wants to become a streamer or any type of content creators, be consistent.
Yep.
You got to be consistent. Like, if you do it for like a week or two and then be like, oh, I'm gonna just take a little small break. And that small break turns into like a month or so. And then you decide you want to get back on there, and then like, oh, only getting like 2 views and I just want to stop again. Like, no, be consistent. No matter how many people are watching you, 1, 2, hell, even nobody. Always act like there's a million people in there and this is your stream, your show. what do you want to, how do you want to do it?
Yep.
And just be consistent. That's all I want from people. Because the more you stay consistent and stay consistent at a good time, people know when to tune in and how to find you.
Yeah, because we're like a show. We're like a show. Yeah. So if you're
live at 9.
Yeah, if you go around that same time, more than likely people are going to get used to doing that. And I'm glad that you said that, because I heard this quote not too long ago. Is this guy Jocko that I listened to? He was like, motivation comes and go, but discipline and consistency is what brings that motivation back. So if you keep doing it and just keep doing it, even if you're not motivated, you discipline yourself to keep doing it, that motivation comes back and it drives you even more with the discipline, with the consistency. So it's true. It's like a lot of people don't understand that. It's not hard. Just keep doing it. You know?
Yeah, just do it.
But don't expect to blow up and make money like in
ASAP. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Do it.
That's crazy. Good advice, though. Good advice. Straight up.
One small thing about the consistency, like when I was just streaming from my console and just putting it on YouTube, like I wasn't expecting this or this. I was just doing it just because
because you wanted to. You're doing it for yourself.
But I was consistent too, and I just kept doing that. So that motivates me now to always go. I go live at 9. Everybody knows I go live at 9.
Here we go. This is a perfect segue. Plug yourself right here, man.
Oh yeah, to the next one. Oh yeah.
So segue right here.
So on if anybody here, when you go on Facebook, make sure you type it in the search bar, BlackPhoenix843. Find me on my gaming page. I'm a variety streamer. I play everything.
Yeah, he does. Much. I love it.
Like Fortnite, Mario Kart, Among Us,
wrestling
Smash
games,
Bros, WWE 2K22,
Among Us. I love it.
Tons of games. And I always have a schedule pinned at the top, so you can see what we're playing throughout that week. I play with the community all the time, and that's another thing. Always play with the community, because if you play with the community, that's how you build your community too. Another tip. Another tip
that makes sense. Hell yeah, man. Good shit. Well, I appreciate you coming out here, man. I learned so much more about you. I can't wait to get to know you even more, man, and chop it up about different strategies and different things, because I think that when you associate with the right type of people, like it's that cliche, that iron sharpen iron kind of thing. And I hope that, you know, maybe you can get some tips from me and I can get some tips from you moving forward, man. So appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much for coming on here, brother.
Hey, no problem. I'm just glad to be here. This is my first real podcast.
Hey,
if anybody's
we'll
here
take it.
Listening.
Hell yeah, man.
Watching.
Hell yeah, man.
Person.
So yeah, all the major platforms. We're on Facebook, Jimmy Dukes Gaming. You can watch the videos, and on all the major podcasts listening sites, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google, under Jimmy Dukes Gaming. We have these episodes where we sit down with different content creators, man. So you make sure to go check me out, and as well as Mr. Black Phoenix, man. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be here.
Hell yeah, man. If you're listening, peace out, guys. Keep coming back as we speak to different content creators throughout this journey of ours, man. Until next time, peace out, homies.